The Gainbridge Super League weekend comes to a close in Dallas, Texas. Dallas Trinity FC returned to the Cotton Bowl for the first time in 64 days for a first meeting of the season with DC Power FC. Alongside Christine Huber, I'm Jack Edwards with you on Peacock. The standings as it stands on this Sunday. DC Power with 7 points through 7 matches are in 8th spot. Dallas, the same amount of matches played, are 3 points better off, and they sit 3 points behind Fort Lauderdale United in that 4th place spot in the playoff places as things stand at this point in the season. Well, Christine, the big story for both these sides is strong starts to the season fading off since. For Dallas, their first 2 matches were at home. Back-to-back wins, they would follow that up with a win on the road in Jacksonville. It was a great start to the season.
Starting off 3-0, but guess what? They have not won since. A perfect start to the season, but they haven't played at home in 64 days. 64
days since they were last at home, and here are the numbers since then. 5 matches played, just 1 win and 4 goals scored.
And just started with the dismantling at Fort Lauderdale. They lost 4-1, and then they lost 6-1 to Lexington. They are looking forward to 5 out of their 6 games at home.
They played just 1 match in October, a chance to bounce back at home here today against a DC Power side who have a similar story. They won their first match of the season 71 days ago at Sporting Jacks, winless though in their last 6.
And it's crazy because they've actually outshot both Spokane and Tampa Bay and still unable to get a win. Their conversion rate has been poor, both in terms of finishing and decision making in the attacking third. Tonight, they really need to finish their chances and execute in the box.
That's been the big story for Omen Namazi, is execution around the final third, trying to win the battle in the boxes. A player that's been able to do that for them so far this season is Gianna Gorley, 4 goals already this campaign.
Such a strong attacker with her size, with her presence. Last season for DC, she scored just about a goal every other game. She's excellent on breakaways. Look for her to slip it by the goalkeeper a few tonight.
Gorley leads the line today for DC Power, who hit the road. Both teams looking for a first win in quite some time. Dallas, the hosts for the first time in over 2 months. Lineups and kickoff coming on the other side of this break.
Nice shot. Let's play.
Dad drills. Let's go. Your kid falls asleep 1 minute, 32 seconds from home. What's the play?
Park and wait.
Quick glance. What's missing?
Emergency fruit snacks? Binky. Easy.
In-game challenge. Have you officially named a guardian?
My parents?
Doesn't count. This play needs a plan. Guardianship must be legal before it's official. Luckily, Trust and Will makes it incredibly easy. It's secure, affordable, and actually counts. Next topic. I am wide open. What do you do? Run it.
Visit trustandwill.com today and make it count.
Trust and Will.
Caitlin Clark, amazing at assists. Gainbridge, the ultimate assist for your savings. But ever since they teamed up, she's taken assisting to a whole new level. Caitlin Clark, graded assists. Gainbridge, graded assists for your savings.
For the first time in 64 days, Dallas Trinity FC are at the Cotton Bowl. They take on DC Power FC this afternoon. Well, welcome back to the Cotton Bowl. It's time to meet the starting lineups presented by Scottish Rite for Children. Every child deserves the best start and a strong finish in life and in sports. And as the official pediatric partner of Dallas Trinity FC, Scottish Rite for Children is here to make that happen with world-class pediatric and sports medicine care. 2 changes for Chris Petroselli.
The Dallas starting off in a 4-3-3. We're going to see Sealy Strawn on the bench after returning from U20 national team duty. And right now, Dallas still utilizing a 4-back system. Wisner moving back up to center mid, which is key for today.
They played last on October 12th. On the other side for DC Power, they last played 14 days ago. It was a 1-1 draw against Spokane, and Omen Namazi makes 2 changes from that side.
He's in a 4-3-2-1. If you notice, it's a little more vertical, less width in today's formation. We're going to see Corley stretching out at the 9. Duong in that center mid, making her 2nd start of the season.
Duong led the side in chances created in their inaugural season with 38 of those. Plays in the midfield here today for DC Power FC. Our injury report is brought to you by UT Southwestern, the official healthcare partner of Dallas Trinity FC. And both teams with the open weekend last weekend able to get a bit healthier. Long-term issues, the only ones for the 2 sides. DC Power with Emily Colton making her way back. Could be available soon, according to Omen Namazi, from her foot issue, while Yenny Danielson and Lexi Misimo work back from their issues for Dallas. It's been quite some time since they've been at home. They won the last time they played at the Cotton Bowl, Dallas did. 3 straight wins. They've been winless in their last 4. Between that last competitive appearance and now was a friendly match against Club America that brought out 22,000 to the Cotton Bowl. We'll talk about that more as the match progresses. Mirna Petronuk is our center official here today. And these teams met in 2024-25. The first 2 meetings finished in draws, and the teams split the games this calendar year. A win apiece and 2 draws stands the all-time series total between Dallas and DC. Similar stories for the 2 sides. In 6th are Dallas. In 8th are DC, both looking for bounce-back wins that they haven't had in quite some time. And Gainbridge Super League action returns to the Cotton Bowl for the first time in quite some time. DC Power, right side of your screen in those blue kits, will attack from right to left. Dallas, in their maroon kits with more gold lettering, will attack from left to right. Alongside Christine Huber, I'm Jack Edwards with you in the broadcast booth. It's a welcome return home for Trinity. A long one is played forward, allowed to drop. Able to get onto it is Cameron Lancaster. A pass all the way back to Riley Foster, who makes now an 8th start of the Gainbridge Super League season. It's 2 teams, Christine, that have struggled in the attacking end. Both coaches, both teams looking for execution in the final third.
They really are. I want to see Dallas today utilize their width. They have such pace on the outside flanks. They need to use those players more.
Lancaster is one of those options up front. She draws a free kick here. 2 goals, 1 assist after joining in 2025 off a great collegiate career at TCU. Chris Petroselli and his coaching staff looking on to this one for Dallas Trinity FC. They made those 2 tweaks, moved Sealy Strawn and Tamara Bolts onto the bench. Strawn, as you mentioned, the lineups, Christine, was coming back from a U20 training camp, was the Young Player of the Year in the inaugural Gainbridge Super League season, has been a starter in 5 of the first 7 games this season, but after what Chris Petroselli described as a very physically demanding camp, as they usually are, she'll come off the bench here today as an option.
And Strawn, the Youth Player of the Year last year in the Gainbridge Super League. Just such a great story of a young player just being successful, and that's exactly what the Gainbridge Super League has done. It's just giving so many more opportunities to female soccer players where we didn't have before.
She's committed to UNC for the class of 2026 on an academy contract, getting a lot of great experience before that potential collegiate career. It's one in the midfield here by Trinity.
And we may still see her. I think
Indeed.
she's just going to have limited numbers and probably coming in the second half just to get some reps and some game speed going.
Davison moves this one along. Idri goes long with this pass forward. It's cushioned down by the DC Power defense. Gorley trying to turn this one. It's taken over by Maya McCutcheon, who slides a pass forward.
Gorley usually has such a cleaner half turn than that.
a heavy touch there. Bellata takes over, and Winnie Bellata is running at the defense here with options ahead of her. A very important intervention there, stepping into it from Madison Mernon. Able to win that loose ball after the game got a little stretched against the DC Power defense. Alexis Theoret playing a slightly different role here today. The midfielder playing a bit more advanced, trying to play that pass forward. It runs out of play. Theoret was incredibly dangerous for Omen Namazi's side against Sporting Jacks, especially in a 1-0 defeat at home. Wisner trying to go to Lancaster, not able to get there. The clearance forward evades Theoret, who tries to win that tussle in the midfield. Coming away with it though is Thornton, able to move it along. McCutcheon. Hinson, a tussle there. It's last off the visiting side, out for a throw in here. Petroselli looking on to this one. Head coach and general manager of Dallas. Was very involved in the organization. It was 2 years now that we've seen Dallas play very high-profile friendlies at home at the Cotton Bowl. Last year they welcomed Barcelona. This year it was Club America. Something that came about, a former player of Chris Petroselli's when he was in Chicago. Sarah Lubert plays with Club America, able to reach out to her, get the dialogue started there. Brought out 22,000 fans to the Cotton Bowl, set the record for a professional women's sporting event in Texas, happening right at the heart of the Texas State Fair.
And then she wound up scoring a goal as well, so he's probably regretting that phone call.
He said that his side playing against a very strong team, one that he described as one of the best in Mexico. He said probably the best in Mexico. They sit third in Liga MX. But they had a tough spell at the end of the first half, conceded 3 goals. Celie Strawn scored in the second half, made it a 3-1 victory then for Club America. This one into the box will find an option to the back post with Anna Bagley. Bagley gets it out of her feet, clips it back to the back post. This one able to drop. It took an awkward hop off Susanna Fitch. And before this throw-in for DC can take place, the captain of DC Power needs a moment to collect herself.
And this was a nice build-up here by DC, and that ball just hit her flat in the face off the deflection.
May have been preparing to cushion that one down with her chest, but the deflection from the defender has caught Susanna Fitch a little awkwardly.
And if we're going to talk about, that build-up right there from DC, they do a great job going forward. They're just not making the high percentage passes in order to get goals, right? That's a tough ball that was sent into Gorley for her to try to finish when she's being man-marked on a driven ball towards your head, right? I'd rather see a low-driven ball across the 6 where all you have to do is poke it inside of your foot, outside of the foot, whatever it is to deflect it, rather than trying to win that driven ball in the air. So that's something hopefully DC's going to be working on this week.
Bit of a pause for both teams to discuss things here. Susanna Fitch, the player down, missed the first match of her DC Power career against Carolina at the beginning of October. She led the team in minutes played and started every single game in the inaugural season and has started all but that one match against Carolina. She's getting a bit of treatment here in the early stages in the Cotton Bowl. Fourth match of the week in the Gainbridge Super League. Matches Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and now today on Sunday.
Busy weekend.
Busy weekend. Hollow weekend. Carolina, a victory in Spokane as we see Fitch back to her feet. Doesn't appear that a sub is being prepped for DC Power. Just needed a moment there. She'll come out of the match after that. Big win for Lexington, who have looked so good this season.
And don't be fooled by the score line. They probably basically had 2 assists on their opposing goals as well. But 4 goals, they looked really good this weekend.
There are the scores from around the league. 1-1 draw yesterday in Saturday's action in Fort Lauderdale between Fort Lauderdale United and Brooklyn FC. They beginning to take shape. We're about halfway through the fall schedule. November and December matches all to take place on Peacock as we get through the end of the calendar year. About a quarter of the way through the campaign here in year 2 in the Gainbridge Super League. Action's back underway after a small injury pause. Gorley trying to win that one is a little hobbled after that challenge from Bellata. Over the head of Lancaster. And out for a throw-in now for DC Power. And a Bagley, the one to take. The midfielder has played in a wing-back role at times this season. 6th start of the season. He was very present last year. 21 starts for the side, 2 goals. Onto this one now. That's a big challenge, a big coming together. And it's one that Samar Guidry is whistled for and took the brunt of the damage as well.
Yeah, insult to injury here, and yikes. She just lost her balance as she was heading down. Ooh, there was just a knee to the ribs right there, a knee to the back.
Guidry back to her feet, a little hobbled. I think it might have been a handball that stopped the play there. But a free kick right at halfway for DC Power. Samar Guidry, a 7th start of the season for her. Started all but one of the games so far. Collegiate career at Virginia. Links up with her former collegiate teammate, Alexis Theoret. Theoret is trying to put that pass forward. Wins the header. Guidry. Those two both playing their trade at Virginia, 2020 to 2024 for Theoret. Guidry there at the exact same time. Both players making over 90 appearances for the Cavaliers. Now on opposing sides for the first time this season. Bellata wins a header in the midfield. Lancaster can't latch on to it. Dallas Trinity fans, if you want the inside track this season, you can sign up for the DTFC newsletter for breaking news, special offers, and exclusive updates from the club in year 2 of the Gainbridge Super League. You can scan the QR code now and stay connected all year long. Lancaster gets onto this one in the box, rolls one across frame. Getting a fingertip to that was Morgan Aquino, and it results in the first corner of the game. The first threatening moment in the box comes 10 minutes in from Dallas.
Excellent forward progression here by Dallas. Just getting a little chippy, but doing whatever it takes to get that ball in. Low and hard. Aquino able to get her hands on it. I mean, that might have curved in there. If she didn't get her hands on it, that might have been bending in.
Corner kick presented by Cornerstone Capital Bank. Enswinger dropped into the box. It's allowed to fall. It breaks. A shot on frame is blocked. DC trying to claw it out. And in the end, a clearance that last touches Dallas results in a goal kick. Just about enough done defensively there.
Hey, not enough in my opinion, right? Because if you're DC, you cannot let this ball bounce in the box. And none of that, it bounces off the corner kick, and then they're unable to clear it. Dangerous, dangerous situation for DC.
Cummings goes long with this one. It's lifted forward. Now potentially numbers to roll forward here. Gorley trying to be rolled in here, but Riley Foster does very well to come onto this one.
And DC just has to read what Dallas is giving them. I like Gorley's run, but the pass was into 3 players, right? Flip it over to the far side. There was nobody there on that backside.
The pass forward there was slightly blocked. It was a foul in the process. Referee signaling for a free kick right in front of the Dallas coaching staff. It's pushed up long. Thornton trying to bring that one down the touch, a little loose. Out now for a throw, and there's a bit of an issue here. Madison Mernon a little slow back to her feet. Mernon, who picked up a goal at Carolina earlier this season, has started the last 2 games. Jacksonville, Florida native, started against Sporting Jacks when they were at home last match. Playing the heart of defense, back up onto her feet in the back line for DC. Rolled along. Lancaster pushes this one around the corner. Coming onto it now is Samar Guidry. Puts it back in the mix. Clawed away. Bellotta leaves it for Guidry. Chance now in transition. Katie Duong, a well-weighted ball forward. Bedoya slows down, trying to open an angle for herself. Bedoya! What a start for the visiting side. Jada Bedoya, her second goal of the season. A counterattack done to perfection. And DC trying to ruin Dallas's homecoming.
And credit to Wong for this. I was excited to see her back in the starting lineup because this is the type of plays that she makes. She sees the field, she sees the defense, she's able to split it. I mean, that's a tough pass, but even better finish to stay with that play.
Jada Bedoya had 3 goals in 22 appearances for Carolina as part of a side that won the Players' Shield in 2024-25. That was some finish. Had to work for it, got across her defender and lasered one in the back of the net.
And credit to her, right? Because she probably could have gone down and tried to get a penalty call, but she stayed on her feet. She stuck with it. The touch wound up helping her out. It's a wide open goal and an excellent finish by Bedoya.
So DC Power lead in this one. Possession very even in the early stages. That's the first shot for DC Power in the match, and they pick up that goal.
It's a good percentage there, right?
It's very good. It's something that when talking to Omen Namazu this week, just asking about kind of his takeaways from his side, something that he's mentioned at a few points this season is execution in the final third, creating chances and finding ways to score them. He'll be incredibly happy that Bedoya was able to open that chance up for herself and, arguably more importantly, finish it off and get it done. Fitch plays one in for Theoret. Oh, and it's just wide. It could have been another one for DC Power. A great pass in from the captain, and Theoret comes so close to scoring.
DC is really hitting on the outside flanks here. That's where they're opening, is they're attacking Dallas's outside defenders, and it's working.
So 2 shots in quick succession. That one from Alexis Theoret. It would have been her first professional goal. She's played in a midfield role this season, just not quite able to get that one aimed towards goal.
And she's one of those who's up and up, just getting better and better each game.
You can enter the Prinks Tires Family Game Day Kit Sweepstakes for a chance to win a prize pack worth up to $4,000. You can scan the QR code on screen to enter today. Throw in here for Dallas. Lancaster will leave it for Guidry.
Just the eye test on Dallas. I mean, such great players that they have. I thought that they were one of the best teams returning the best players, and they just haven't been able to string it together since the first 3 games of the season.
Here's Bedoya, far side of the field, trying a first-time cross, gets that one wrong. Dallas, you mentioned strong start, really strong start to the year, but since then, losers of 3 of 4. But Chris Petroselli mentioning that he felt that the time they've had without matches, just one competitive game throughout October, had that friendly, of course, against Club America, felt that being able to give the players some time off potentially could help them get a bit sharper at this point in the season.
I mean, just look at the pace they have, the strength they have, the skill they have as individual players. I think they just have to fix some things a little tactically. Again, playing that width, using their speed on the outside, and then just working together. We've seen it. I mean, Chris has done a great job, right? He's switching up formations. He's switching up where the players go to try to get the most out of each individual player. I just don't think they're there yet. They're just not that unit yet.
For a throw in here for DC Power.
But as we know, it's a very long season.
It is a
right?
very
We've
long
seen
season.
Teams last year, Brooklyn, right? Top of the league, and then kind of fell off, as we see Chris Petroselli here. So, and that's talking to all the coaches. That's what they keep saying. Hey, there's still 20 games left in the season. Nothing to worry. You want to peak almost later than you want to peak too early.
Rolls here for Duong, who got her first assist of the season on the goal for DC Power. There's a slight tug of the jersey. The referee was playing advantage and actually will bring out a yellow card caution here. It is a yellow card for Gracie Bryan. Fourth start of the campaign for Bryan. Appeared in 27 matches last season. Bryan did, and will have to walk a tightrope for the next hour plus after being cautioned for this tug of the jersey.
I mean, it is what it is. I know she's shaking her head, and she's probably like, I wish I would have grabbed her more or grabbed her harder if it's worthy of a yellow card, but laws of the game, that's a yellow card.
Results in a free kick. First player cautioned for either side. A free kick inside halfway. DC, though, shaping up with some options forward. Sydney Cummings stands over it. Launches it forward. Bellata able to get a foot to it, push it away. Left it forward to central, and Riley Foster, the Canadian goalkeeper, able to deal with this one. A pass from Davison to Guidry just misses a little bit. Bagley, throw in. Gorley trying to lay one back. It's kept alive by Theoret. Laid off, really well done here. Wisner driving forward, two options to her left. Is gonna perhaps shoot one towards goal. That one's gonna miss off frame. It's gonna be a fourth shot of the match now for Dallas on a very ambitious effort from the very experienced Amber Wisner.
Wisner was by herself. I think she was 1 against 5 there. She saw the opening. She thought she had the opening over Aquino. She just didn't hit it right.
This is going to break kindly for Lancaster. Options with Lancaster. Slides it forward for Thornton. Thornton returns it to Cameron Lancaster, who scores the equalizer. A crowd pop at the Cotton Bowl for the first time for Dallas Trinity in over 2 months. And Cameron Lancaster rewarded with a start and gets on the score sheet. Dallas 1, DC 1.
Let's go, Lancaster. I mean, just a breakdown defensively on DC. Dallas able to find that space, and that space was right in front of Lancaster. I think she was surprised by how wide open she was.
There was a turnover high up the field. Lancaster got the move started and bags her first goal of the new season. Had 2 goals and 1 assist in the spring portion of 2024-25. Had 19 goals at her career at TCU. Third goal now for the Trinity. And it's a first of the season now for Lancaster. A match that has been open for both sides. Opportunities aplenty. Bedoya first for DC, now Lancaster. Now Bellata wins one high up the field. Bellata has a shot herself, and Morgan Aquino able to get over and save it. And gear up for year 2. You can rep Dallas Trinity FC with the latest kits, scarves, and merch. Visit shop.DallasTrinityFC.com today and show your colors all season long. Home crowd showing out. First time in quite some time at the Cotton Bowl. We mentioned it a few times in the broadcast. It slipped forward for Bedoya. She struck first in the match. Rolls it back to Duong, who assisted her.
DC just really attacking that right side.
It's rolled forward here. Gorley. Gorley trying to perhaps have a shot or slide a pass along. Was cut out by Davison, who was marking her tightly. Cummings moves into the midfield. Sydney Cummings has a pop. The center back roaming forward might think to have a shot like that every once in a while, but Cummings gets that one slightly wrong. It's out of play for a goal kick.
Still had plenty of space to go up with it. I like that. I like that though, right? Intercept it. She knew someone was going to come back and cover for her. She has to keep going, right? Just no one was even marking her.
1 goal this season, 3 goals last for Spokane. Bit of a sliced ball forward, out of play now for a Dallas throw-in. Robin Namazi looking on to this one. His side have had a slight bump in possession over their opponents here today. Shot though 6-3. Probably say both teams deserving of a goal that they've gotten.
And both coaches, right, what were their points of emphasis? They wanted to finish and they wanted to execute in the final third.
We've seen that.
Not too shabby. First 20 minutes, each team has a goal.
McCutcheon along the back line here today. 8 straight starts since joining the side. Thornton lays it off. One for Lancaster to chase. Not able to get there in time, and Sydney Cummings will be near the throw-in. Lancaster, the goal scorer for Dallas. Picked up an assist on a cross into the box in the friendly against Club America just about 2 weeks ago. Lobbed one in for Celie Strawn, who scored the goal. A pair of younger players linking up, 22 years of age, Lancaster is. Her first full season in the Gainbridge Super League, receives this one on the turn. Bounces past one. Lancaster slides a pass along for Thornton, and her shot misses just wide. It was saved by Morgan Aquino, and it results in a corner after a free-flowing move from Dallas Trinity FC.
Talk about threading the needle. I mean, look at that through ball. Splitting 2 defenders. That's so tight there. Aquino. Good reaction save there.
Another corner on the near side. Another one presented by Cornerstone Capital Bank. Chioma Ubogugu is the player over it. Lifts it into the back post. First header won by Dallas. And there's going to be a foul going against Dallas, is it? Yes, it is.
Thought she was going to try and go for a bike there.
It results in a free kick inside their own 18 for DC Power. Both the set pieces in this game from corners have gone the way of Dallas. Select, the official match ball supplier of the Gainbridge Super League and many elite leagues throughout Europe. Visit us.select-sport.com for the latest Select products, specials, and more. Select is the player's choice. Theoret on a really good pass to her. Rolls one out wide for Gorley. She's able to get to it. A big touch out of her feet. Gianna Gorley picks her head up, has an option or two with her, but a great sliding tackle knocks it out for a DC throw-in. Hannah Davison dives in. Heroic defending. Deals with that open play sequence, a throw-in here.
And that's where Gorley's best, right? Get her in that open space, open field. Her touch was just a little too big. A little too far from her feet right there.
Bagley puts one forward. There's a slight bump and a whistle goes. Jada Bedoya knocking over her opponent, results in a free kick now for Dallas. Well, 25 minutes down, Christine, just kind of what have you seen so far in this match from both sides? A goal apiece already.
Yeah, I like the energy from both teams, right? They're both really looking to attack. They're attacking, DC's attacking down that right flank, which seems to be working. And for Dallas, they're actually attacking on the left side, as we see here, and that's working for them. So it's going to be interesting to see the chess match as we go on and eventually we hit this second half.
It's a clearance there that breaks kindly for Wisner. Her pass there a little overhit. You can see right when she released it, had that apologetic hand up, just didn't quite link up with Lancaster on the right-hand side of the attack.
Wisner, just one of the OGs of the league. I mean, she's just done so much. Iron Woman. We've seen her switch back defensively, center back when they need her. She goes at center mid.
She'll receive it here. Wisner has a shot and misses just off there. That one a little closer than her shot earlier on in the half, but similarly, not too far away.
That's a great turn though, right? Great turn, great first touch out from her body. She's zoning in. She's getting closer and closer to the target here. I mean, this is something you practice, right? Every single day. Turn, touch, shoot.
That one just missing the frame. Katie Duong gets onto this one, picks her head up and clips it over the top. Alexis Theoret gets onto it. Glanced up, the goalkeeper was off her line, but Doya can't get there before McCutcheon. A pair of vital defensive interventions after Dallas were slightly opened up there. Hinson wins a header, and it breaks for Gilbert. Lancaster gets a foot to it, but it only finds Gilbert in the midfield. Bagley.
Ooh.
Strong tackle from Lancaster. It's rolled along for Alexis Theoret. Trying to open an angle for herself. Her shot blocked. It spins away. Good tackle in there. It's cleared away. Out for a throw in now. Guidry did well to win the first challenge in the right channel. This one with Almendarez. That's going to be a foul from behind. Winnie Bellata goes through Theoret, and it results in a free kick in a very promising spot for a potential delivery into the box.
And this has been a good half so far. Both teams going at it, both teams aggressive. Nobody's just sitting back, right, and passing the ball about. I get it, right? We can sit back and we can possess all day, but both of these teams, they're in the attacking mind frame today.
No matches last weekend across the Gainbridge Super League. Both teams looking fresh off that break. For Dallas, a bit longer than usual. Hadn't played a competitive match that weekend. They played here against Club America in that friendly. Now to defend this free kick as Duong opts not to deliver it in. On the second try, she will whip one in. A dangerous ball. It's dealt with, pushed away. Brian gets ahead to it. And Brian able to complete the job and clear it away. That was a rather inventive free kick run-up. Duong fakes the run-up and then does it again herself, and really it broke up that defense of Dallas.
Yeah, what it did is it sent Dallas back on their heels, opened up that extra space for Duong to then recycle and re-kick it and to put it back in the mixer.
Rolled invitingly to Anna Bagley. First time her cross is blocked. Rolls back to her. Bagley clips one into the box. Initial header there is won by Sydney Cummings, who had stayed upfield after the set piece. Well, Dallas Trinity fans, you can mark your calendars for the team's next home match this coming Saturday, November 8th, right here at the Cotton Bowl. Join DTFC as we honor our veterans and the brave men and women who serve our country with a special Salute to Service night. It's going to be an unforgettable evening of soccer, pride, and gratitude as Dallas Trinity FC takes on Sporting Jacks to celebrate those who defend our freedom. Don't miss this one. Get your tickets now at DallasTrinityFC.com. Gorley, who had brought that one in, was offside. The flag goes up far side of the field. Half an hour down in Dallas, Texas. We talked about it in the open. The last 5 games on the road, picked up 1 win in that time, just 4 points. Including this match, 5 of the next 6 for Trinity are at home. This could be a massive turning point in their season. They've scored an equalizer, courtesy of Cameron Lancaster, who tried to win that loose one. Couldn't get there in time. Gorley. A little overhit on that pass, aiming for Gilbert. Guidry. Lancaster. Trying to return it to Guidry. It's intercepted, and Bagley, very clever pass there to Almendarez, but it's cut out. Lancaster trying to slide a pass forward. Tracking back, though, was the DC Power defense. Duong moves it along to Fitch. Gilbert. Keno, Cummings. Low pass fizzed into the feet. Theoret, it's moved along. Fitch. Turns, rolls one along. A few options in the attack. Bagley picks one up in the box, trying to get her shot off. It's blocked by Davison. Really good entry pass into the 18. Now perhaps Dallas a chance in transition. Thornton draws in the challenge from Cummings and wins a throw.
DC doing an excellent job at splitting this Dallas defense. Every time they split two players, it makes them numbers up, and that gives them that space to go to goal. Still think they need better decision making in that final third.
Sierra Hinson with the throw in. McCutcheon rolls one along. Idri goes back to Davison. Hinson. McCutcheon. Moved along to the far side of the field for Ubogugu. Haven't seen a ton from her in this match on the far side of the field. Thornton's pass there. Not quite able to link up. Balata wins a loose ball. Referee says after a moment of pondering that there was a foul there from DC, and it's a free kick for the home side.
You can see this game just opening up now for both teams. Now that they're getting a feel for each other, definitely a foul there, no doubt about that. But just each team needs to clean it up a little bit more, right? There's unnecessary turnovers.
Morgan Aquino barking out instructions for the defense in front of her. A defensive line that will go along the 18-yard box. Balata clips it into the area. A header that pushes it away. A few players had gone down in the box. Almendarez will clear it upfield.
I haven't seen Thornton touch the ball too much up top for Dallas.
She got that assist, but it was really kind of one of the limited touches she has had up front so far. Lancaster. Here is Thornton.
There she goes.
Look at the commentator's curse in full effect. Thornton whips one in the box. Guidry able to get a block in, but it's cleared away by DC. Trying to work something in transition. A really good touchdown. Balata dives in. It spins away, and now a chance perhaps in transition. A lot of numbers streaming forward. Duong rolls it along. Gianna Gorley trying to open up an angle. Her shot blocked. Alexis Theoret keeps the attack moving. Back to Duong. Bagley. Here's Cummings again, picking up a dangerous position. Fitch far side of the field. Clipped forward. Touch trying to bring it down there. A lot of numbers in the attacking third. Trying to keep Dallas pinned back with a little less than 10 minutes to go in our first 45. Theoret whips one into the area. It comes along to Bedoya at the back post. Down for Duong. Slices her shot, perhaps it was. Bringing that one down was Gilbert. Rolled along. Lifted into the area. Theoret gets ahead to it. And it goes just over the goal. A long period of possession for DC results in a goal kick for Dallas.
You can see just how much DC is working. They're keeping the ball locked down into their offensive third. Again, it just doesn't seem easy for them to get good shots off, high quality shots.
Well, the Gainbridge Super League season is in full swing. You can visit GainbridgeSuperLeague.com for all the latest information, analysis, and insight into all things Gainbridge Super League. Slight bump from behind there from Wisner. That will be a foul. Referee pondered for a moment if advantage could be played. Bagley rolls it along. Duong with some numbers moving forward, lifts it upfield. They were kind of caught in two minds there. They had some center backs moving upfield. Duong trying to win this loose ball, but Second to it. No whistle for a foul there. It was left by Theoret trying to get it along to Gianna Gorley. Unable to do so.
It's amazing on this big field inside the Cotton Bowl how many times the ball has actually gone out as well. Both teams really trying to utilize their width.
Brought down by Duong. Poked out of play. That one is last off of Ubogugu. A little frustrated there. That one went against her. Good bit of work on the far side of the field. Fitch rolls it along. Gorley a touch into space, trying to fire a pass along to Bagley. Not able to get it to her. Second pass, though, does find Susanna Fitch.
Bagley seems to be so wide open on this left side here.
We're wondering what it would look like for DC. It looks like Bagley and Fitch are playing as wingbacks a bit further wide, and that width has really troubled the Dallas defense. We've seen a lot of ability to get those players in space in those wide areas.
And it's really Duong, I think, that's controlling that midfield, right? She's so good. She's picking her head up. She's seeing where the overload is and usually playing away from it.
That one's last off of Theoret, and it goes out now for a throw-in.
The next step for DC, right? Can they go wide out to Fitch, hit Duong in the midfield, and then go opposite side to Bagley? That's where she's going to be wide open.
Cleared up fields. Big press there. Amazingly. Both players back on their feet instantly. A little hobbled, though, was the DC power player. With it now is Samar Guidry. Lancaster. Pass there. A little under hit. Theoret thought that one went off of a Dallas player last. Referees disagreed. Guidry. Really clever. Pair of touches by two DC power players, able to open it into a bit of space. Pass rolled forward, though, and the move breaks down. Gilbert and Gorley combining on some really ambitious flicks in the midfield. Ubogugu the target of this pass. Can she latch on to it? She can, and in the process wins a corner. Good work from Chioma Ubogugu. Generates a set-piece chance out of really nothing. And try and get the home fans excited again. Lancaster, the most recent scorer and equalizer 20 minutes ago.
Ubogugu just gives so much width and pace on that outside flank. We haven't really played her a lot, though, out there. She hasn't seen a lot of touches tonight.
Balada will be taking this corner kick from the far side of the field, presented by Cornerstone Capital Bank. Balada whips it into the box. Important to get the first head there from Cummings. Pushes it away. Gorley comes away with it and just knocks that one upfield. No nonsense. Davison. Launched upfield. Controlled down, and there was a bump from behind, so a free kick right on the edge of the 18-yard box now for Dallas Trinity. A bit further back than we initially expected, but that one is very central in a very shootable range. Let's see what the home side opts to do with this one.
And I thought she was going to one-touch it off her chest for the assist right in the middle, but it just didn't fall the way she wanted it to.
It was a slight bump from behind from Madison Mernon. It results in that foul. Morgan Aquino is moving around the defense. Wisner with the right.
I think Wisner wants it.
Wisner with the right. Ubogugu with the left.
How about that wall?
That's a lot of players in the mix. And just next to it.
Yeah, I was going to say, we need some yardage, right? New rule. Oh, I like that slip.
Winnie Bellata is standing completely unmarked. We'll see if anybody from the DC Power defense spots that.
And there has to be some yardage in between Dallas players and DC players now.
Ubogugu will have a shot, and it's saved. Aquino able to shuffle over and stop it.
We both saw that, right? Bellata wide open there. I thought Wisner was going to go for the fake and then drop it in on a slip pass.
Shot on target comes from that free kick. It looked like DC were aware it might have almost been deceptively open. No way of knowing. They opted for the shot on frame.
And if they're going to play like that, again, I know you need some yardage in between the wall. I would have set Bellata up so her back's to the wall, and then you slip it through. So she's almost creating her own screen and obstructing the player from getting the ball as it slips right into the box.
Ubogugu returns it to Hinson. A nutmeg pulled off here in the box. Sierra Hinson fires it across, and Thornton can't quite link it towards goal. Out for a throw-in for DC Power after one of the best chances of the match for either side.
I'm not sure how Thornton put this shot away for a throw-in, but
that's behind her.
It's behind her. Fair enough, fair enough. But what a great nutmeg play there on the outside.
Just like we've got the backs of Dallas Trinity FC, Trust and Will also has yours, helping families protect their legacy for generations. Start your plan today at trustandwill.com. Bagley. Duong. It's a throw in here for DC Power. It's a match that has seen a lot of shots. 10 shots for Dallas, 5 of those on target, 8 for DC. Just one of those on target. Perhaps that's the clinical edge that they've been lacking that Omen Namazi has been talking about. Just trying to turn some of those shots into at least shots on target and test Riley Foster. Jada Bedoya, the lone goal for DC. Cameron Lancaster, the lone goal for Dallas. 2 minutes added on at the end of the 45. Wisner carries forward. Can slow play down and slide one along here. A strong challenge in. The referee will signal for a foul and a free kick. Referee hadn't initialed for play to resume, so we'll pull it back for a Dallas free kick. Winnie Bellata a little slow back to her feet. Foster. Thrown in for Bryan. Back to Hinson. Bit of a loose touch there. Samara Guidry brings that passing sequence to an end for Dallas. Will we see another attacking move from either side? Perhaps now with a ball one high up the field. Nutmeg comes off. Lancaster on the turn, slips one into the box. That one just can't quite get towards goal. Gracie Bryan making that dangerous run into the box. Her shot not able to meet it with the right power. And Morgan Aquino can pick it up.
DC is doing a great job with their runs behind the defense and their timing that it's coming from the midfielders to hit the forwards.
It's a header out of play. A throw-in comes here for DC Power. Final seconds now of the minimum 2 added on. We've had the added time. Our first 45 of the Cotton Bowl is in the books. Dallas 1, DC 1. An eventful first 45 minutes. Christine, your thoughts after that?
I think it's been an exciting first half. Both teams going back and forth, both teams playing aggressive. DC really attacking that right flank. Now I want to see them hit Duong back in the center, go to the left, and that will open up. On the flip side, Dallas, they're looking good. They're making good runs behind the defense. I really think they need to counter a bit quicker. A few times when the defense has won the ball, there hasn't been anybody else up with them. They need to get those numbers forward.
Halftime is coming up. We've got a feature with Gianna Gorley and a recap of the State Fair Classico that saw Dallas Trinity take on Club America. We're joined now by Cameron Lancaster. Cameron, we appreciate your time. Congratulations on your first goal of the season. You guys won that ball high up the field. Just what did you make of that attacking sequence for you that led to your goal?
I mean, we're really just trying to press and connect and go forward as fast as we can. So I think we did a really good job at all, supporting each other, getting up the field as fast as we could.
What adjustments do you think have to be made for the second half?
I think just being composed on the ball. I know they're pressing us pretty hard, so just knowing where we're going to play the ball before we get it is going to help a lot.
Cameron, thank you so much for your time. Best of luck in the second half.
Thank you.
Cameron Lancaster, her first goal of the season, made it 1-1 after an eventful first 45 minutes in Dallas. A return home for Trinity, currently slated for a point apiece. Halftime coming up with you here on Peacock. We'll give you a full roundup of what's been happening elsewhere in the Gainbridge Super League. Our halftime score, Dallas 1, DC 1.
What makes Crystal Geyser Alpine Spring Water unique? It's our commitment to making our bottles from at least 50% recycled plastic. In fact, Crystal Geyser is the only beverage company in the U.S. to exclusively own and operate 2 plastic recycling facilities. And you can help us make an impact too by always remembering to recycle your bottles. Crystal Geyser Alpine Spring Water. Simple, but not easy.
Prinks Tires in the USL help soccer journeys everywhere to drive harder. From city playgrounds to suburban sidelines. From early mornings to late nights. From fun with friends to winner takes all. From the biggest fan to the biggest heart. And at every turn, Prinks Tires will be there for the long haul.
A dream too big to measure, a will too strong to break. While others played, she prepared. She worked. Every sacrifice, every setback, every moment changed with this. While others saw limits, she saw a challenge. Every rep, every step, proof she's not finished. She's not just coming back, she's coming back stronger than ever. Scottish Rite for Children. Champions caring for champions.
This is UT Southwestern Medical Center, and this is where a spark happens. This is the teamwork that fuels it, the mentors who shape it. And this is where it comes together, with this care team connecting the dots, all leading up to this moment right here at UT Southwestern, where discoveries change lives. And this spark is just the beginning. Follow your spark at UT Southwestern, the #1 hospital in Dallas-Fort Worth.
Gonna get you. Our halftime score at the Cotton Bowl, it's Dallas 1, DC 1. The Gainbridge Super League's new series called Be Here dives into the stories and experiences of players around the league. This video highlights the story behind DC power forward Gianna Gorley's iconic G-Money nickname.
This worked ahead, it's Gorley. Gorley in behind, Gianna Gorley!
Yeah, I think for me as a player, I'm just really hungry to score goals. I like being in the box and getting the ball at my feet and just taking a bunch of shots and being dynamic as well. I really like to get in behind defenses and like just create havoc. My G-Money nickname, I think I was 9 or 10 years old. I had this one coach and I showed up with these bright orange cleats to training one day. It was the first time I always wore black cleats. And he's like, "What up, G? Like you have money makers today." I was like, "Yeah, you know," I was feeling myself. I scored a couple bangers that day, and it just kind of stuck. He was like, "Oh, G-Money has the money makers," and it just stuck for the rest of my career. And just the environment alone, I've made a lot of good friends here, and we get along really well. And it's just a cool place to be a part of. Continuing to build chemistry is really big for us, and I think once we take off, we're going to really take off because we have the personnel, we have the coaching staff behind us, and I'm really excited for what we're going to bring this season, and I think we can win a championship.
Halftime festivities at the Cotton Bowl. Dallas 1, DC 1. We want to flash back. How about that historic night at the Cotton Bowl? Just last match, over 22,000 fans packed the stands for the State Fair Classico, setting a new attendance record for women's sports in Texas. While DTFC fell 3-1 to Club America, it wasn't about the score. It was about you, the fans, showing up and showing out for women's soccer. Let's look back at the highlights from October 18th.
Dallas Trinity versus Club America, 4 o'clock match at the Cotton Bowl.
Heels. Sneakers. Hair up. Hair up. Hair down. Hair down. Oh. Head down. Hair down. Hair down. Always early. Always early. Always early. Always early. Fashionably late. Always early. Fashionably late. Fashionably late. Rom-com. Ooh, those are my two favorites. I'm gonna go true crime. True crime.
It's 1-1 at halftime between Dallas Trinity FC and DC Power FC. Jack Everett's Christine Huber here with you to show you the first two goals. It was a really nice move from DC to open the scoring. Katie Duong slides in Jada Bedoya, who does the rest.
And Duong has just done a great job controlling the midfield, but I tell you what, it's Bedoya. The fight, the determination, nothing was going to stop her from scoring that goal, and this is what DC needs.
Open up an angle, nothing that Riley Foster could do about that one. 7 minutes later, though, it would be a really good response. Lancaster won it, plays a 1-2 with Thornton, and gets her shot off.
Just wide open, Lancaster is in front of the goal, but she still needs to have poise, a good first touch, and that's what she does.
Low and across frame made it 1-1. Here are the stats at halftime. 11-8 Dallas lead in the shot department, and my eye is caught by 5-1 in shots on target as well.
Hey, both teams want to get into the offensive third. They've done that. Both teams want to execute. They each got a goal in the first half, but I still think they can do better.
They both indeed can do a little more. Dallas 1, DC 1. It's been a good first 45. We'll see what the second half has in store. We were able to talk to Cameron Lancaster at the end of the first 45. It's good to get her thoughts on that. Christine, you mentioned it at the end of the half, but what are you expecting to see from both of these sides? What do you want to see from both of these sides if either of them are to take control of the match and try and swing the 3 points their way?
I think it just has to be, for both sides, just that final connection, right? They're seeing it, they're just missing it a little bit, right? Dallas Trinity missing the crosses and the last touch in behind the defense, and DC one extra pass, 2 extra passes to switch it to the opposite side of the field, and they will see it is wide open.
You've seen the highlights, you've seen the stats, we've laid out the picture for you. At the beginning of the broadcast, we told you about the form of these two teams. Dallas, winners of their first 3 games of the season, haven't won in the last 4 since. As for DC Power, they won their season opener 71 days ago, but they have not been able to win since then. They've been in a lot of close matches. 4 of them have ended in draws, but right now it's both of these teams trying to get victories for the first time in quite a while, a victory that could really launch their season.
And this could be a turnaround point, right? Nobody wants to come out of this game with 1 point. They are fighting for 3 points. We know it's early in the season, but when you look down, when it comes down to the spring, and you look back at this game, you're like, oh, I wish I would have, could have, and then you only get 1 point. They are fighting for 3 points, and you can tell already by that first half.
Irina Petronuk is our center official. We're just moments away from play resuming at the Cotton Bowl. 2 weeks on from the State Fair Classico, 64 days on since the last home match that Dallas Trinity won when they were last here. They restart play here. Amber Wisner will launch one forward and try and put DC under pressure immediately by launching players forward. They'll do so successfully. Wisner able to, on the 3rd try, perhaps try and get a header down. Unable to do so. Ubogugu trying to slide one in for Lancaster. It's a little overhit, and it's out of play now for a goal kick. No changes made at halftime. Alongside Christine Huber, I'm Jack Edwards with you in the broadcast booth. You made that point, Christine, about reflection on the fall schedule that these teams will do and trying to get more points. I think Spokane and Zephyr were that side last year. They had such a fantastic spring schedule, turning things over from the fall to the spring. But really the thing they looked at in the rear view was they just didn't get enough points in the spring. You can have that big turnaround, especially with a mid-season break between the fall and spring schedules, but you don't want to put yourself in too deep a hole to dig out of.
And we've talked to, all the coaches in the league, and they all say the same thing. It is a long season.
There's a chance in the box. Wisner gets onto it, rolls it along for Ubogagu, trying to open herself an angle. Does get a shot off, but Aquino able to make the save.
Ubogagu making something out of nothing there. I did not think she was going to be able to get this shot off. So many DC defenders all the way around her, and she's still able. That's a tough hip turn right there to get that on target.
Going away from goal. Ubogagu trades something there. That's a strong challenge put in by Sierra Hinson. Gorley first time just over the head of her teammate, out for a Dallas throw.
But if you notice on that Dallas sequence, right, Wisner was all the way up. There were 3 people up. Where was everyone else, right? It's that easy layoff to a midfielder, and I just don't feel like they're connected enough. They're not moving together as lines.
This one's going to fall in the midfield for Gilbert. Leaves it for Almendarez. Bagley. Ooh, this is a pass back. It's turned over here. That shot saved by Aquino. Almendarez will be able to clear it upfield. We were just waiting to see where was Morgan Aquino. Well, she was on her goal line and she made the stop. So really in the end did what she needed to. But not good for the heart rate of DC Power fans, players, coaches who have been under a lot of pressure in the first few minutes in the second half.
I kept waiting to see the defender to come and receive the ball, and there was no defender there.
It's out of play for a throw-in now for Dallas. We can see it again. Well, it's a pass back by Bagley, who was under some pressure, and there was just no one there but Allie Thornton to get onto it. She was a little wide. It was a strong effort on target. So they're knocking on the door again. Allie Thornton with 2 goals this season, the Golden Boot winner last year with 13. In that instance, just not able to beat Aquino.
Aquino doing a good job covering her near post there. But I'm not sure what or who that pass was to.
I think it was probably, the thought was go all the way back to Aquino, but she was probably too deep to receive it. And Amanda just opted to stay on her line, made the more conservative choice. So the best chance of our second half goes the way of Dallas. Davison. Guidry. Got to lift one forward. And for Lancaster.
Ooh, I like it.
Brilliant touch from Bagley. Rolls one forward. Theoret has 2 options in the box. Trying to get the cross in and strikes the post. Alexis Theoret so close in the first half to scoring that one out of nothing. It was probably a cross that almost turned into a goal.
And I think Foster thought this one was going over and going long as well. And look at this ball just hang and spin, and baboosh, just hits the post. Doink.
So close there. She struck the post in that match against Sporting Jacks as well. Alexis Theoret did. Has shown a lot of threat to try and get her first professional goal, but just misses on that occasion. Dallas Trinity fans, if you want the inside track this season, sign up for the DTFC newsletter for breaking news, special offers, and exclusive updates from the club in year 2 of the Gainbridge Super League. You can scan that QR code now in the bottom right of your screen and stay connected all year long. Free kick goes the way of Trinity.
Ubogagu getting knocked around a bit tonight.
It's good that the first half's real energy, end-to-end nature hasn't really been lost in the first 5 minutes of the second half.
Both teams playing very vertical. I like it. They're breaking lines. They're going forward, splitting defenders just like this, and then it's enabling number-up situations all over the pitch.
Here's Bryan. A little bump from behind for her, but does manage to stay with the ball and gives it off to Guidry. Guidry slides one along for Cameron Lancaster, the goal scorer. Lifts one into the box. That one a little overhit. Fitch. Really well worked there from the captain.
Smart play.
feinted as if she was going to clear it upfield. Just waited for that one to run out of play. Cameron Lancaster, crosser of that one, scorer of the goal for Dallas. Bryan's pass there. She was fouled as she played it. Referee pulls play back for a foul. Referee signals to, it looks to be Jada Bedoya, no more fouls against her. See, Bryan is a little slow to get back up.
Bedoya not exactly agreeing with that call. We'll check this out here.
I think she's justified in that. I think that one, maybe she caught her on the follow through after the pass was played, but bit of contact there. End result, of course, is a free kick. What can Dallas do from this? Bogugu thinking about it, opts against it. Balata whips a dangerous one in. No, it's a little overhit. We have seen from Dallas, they've opened up some players in wide positions from these free kicks. It was Balata in the box. Chris Petroselli looking on after that set piece, goes out for a goal kick. Part of building the side in the inaugural season of the Gainbridge Super League. Petroselli was now serving in a dual capacity, head coach GM. He liked what he saw against Club America, felt the side looked sharper, looked fresher. Able to utilize the time off to try and recharge. They've been able to do that since. A few options from the bench they can turn to if they want to as well, as Lancaster lifts one into the area. It moves along to Bryan, whose header is saved by Aquino. Really good ball in from Cameron Lancaster. And Gracie Bryan just has her header saved.
And I think it was a crazy bounce, right? And what's tough as a striker, when that ball comes through, you have your eye on it, and then someone's leg kicks through it, right? And it just throws you off that split second. So that's exactly what happened with Bryan.
Bogugu slips one in, aiming for Thornton. They just couldn't quite get on the right wavelength there. Thornton trying to hold her run. Not able to link up with Bogugu.
Dallas really getting the players forward now. You can tell.
Almendarez under a bit of pressure. Lifts this one upfield. Lancaster. Here's Lancaster. Slips one along. Thornton rolls it in. Davison in an advanced position. Her shot saved. That was really well worked. It was the striker out wide, and then it was the center back filling the attacking space. Her shot blocked, out for a corner now.
Excellent layoff here by Dallas Trinity. Great ball movement. They didn't connect the previous time, then they connect on that one.
7 in Dallas colors in the box for this corner kick presented by Cornerstone Capital Bank. Bogugu whips this one in dangerously. Good header away by Theoret. Lancaster, edge of the box, does get a shot away. This one trying to break in the box. It's just clawed out only as far as Davison. Davison back, lifted in. There's appeals for a handball. Referee waves them away.
Wisner wants 2 handballs on that sequence.
There's a bump from behind. They will get a free kick here. Bedoya running away with it. Was whistled for the foul, the free kick. This one in a wide position. Free kick is being readied here for Dallas. Here's the handball question in the box.
Questionable handball indeed. If it hit her,
it's close.
I'm not sure if it hit her or not.
That's also the issue there. Balata will roll in. Bogugu at the end line fires one in, cleared away. And now able to be carried away and pushed upfield by DC Power. The set pieces of increased risk now and threat for Dallas Trinity. Long ball forward. It's knocked down only as far as Wisner. Her shot saved by Aquino. Been called into action a few times. Morgan Aquino has. Answers again here.
Wisner wants a goal today. She is taking some shots. That one wide open. Unfortunately, it was right to Aquino.
Yeah, Aquino looks to be in a bit of discomfort after making the save.
Dallas really has the momentum right now. They're really pushing, they're pressuring, just sending balls into the mixer. Still think they can do a better job picking players out in the box.
So it's a stoppage here. Both teams able to get a bit of hydration, a bit more tactical instruction. 12 minutes after halftime. A goal for Jada Bedoya opened the scoring. Cameron Lancaster canceled it out with a goal herself. There'll be a bit of treatment here for Morgan Aquino. It would be a massive loss if she can't continue in this one. Had 22 starts last campaign, had 5 shutouts across that time. The Australian goalkeeper has started all 8 games this season now for DC Power. McKenna Gottschalk is the player on the bench who could come in if needed.
And if it's a cramp by Aquino, the tough thing is once you get them, they'll just keep coming back.
And it's not a position you can really leave to chance.
Yeah, exactly.
And Morgan Aquino, ever present the goalkeeper has been. It's a bit of a pause in the action here. Aquino, of course, starting 22 games of the 28 available last season. Omen Namazi pondering his options. Subs on the bench, including McKenna Gottschalk, goalkeeper who spent last season with Fort Lauderdale United. Before that, with New Mexico State. We'll see if they'll have to call upon her. Aquino back on her feet. That's a positive sign.
You know, does this stop the momentum of Dallas, right? This few minutes off. I mean, Dallas was really getting at it at DC.
Aquino back on her feet. You can see some of the stops she's made so far today. That one of the better ones. Gets a left paw down to it.
She's been busy today, that's for sure. Just great reaction save. She really reads the game. She reads the play. She reads the ball as it comes off the striker's foot.
Some of these saves. First and second half. She's back up on her feet. Play is back underway. Launching it forward was Aquino. So we'll keep an eye on that as the match continues to progress, but she's good to go for now at the very least. It bounces for Bellotta. Loose ball here. Squirms away. Theoret trying to win it back. Guidry. Wisner, what a tackle in there. Pokes it forward. Thornton trying to get stuck in and win one as well. It's back now with Almendarez and all the way back now to Aquino. Fitch gets ahead to it but can't control it. And gear up for year 2. Rep Dallas Trinity FC with the latest kits, scarves, and merch. Visit shop.DallasTrinityFC.com today and show your colors all season long. Good 1-2 played. Guidry driving forward. Options with her. Slips one into the box. Bryan trying to get onto it. Can't quite get there. The flag stayed down. It would have counted, but Bryan just couldn't get there in time.
Nice timing there by Dallas. Guidry just taking her space and going with it.
They're putting the press on here.
Dallas is getting behind this DC defense a lot.
Theoret able to be sprung along, and now potentially a chance for DC in the attack. It's Bagley. Just clips one in. Goes from left to right. Fitch. Susanna Fitch rolls this one backwards. Mernon.
Too late.
Her pass intercepted.
She saw it way too late.
Spied out by Hinson. Now Thornton trying to latch onto this one. Cummings will get there first and go back to Aquino. Calm pass into the midfield. Theoret with options. Lifts it along to the far side, aiming for Fitch. It's going to slow down, and Fitch can get there in time. Rolls it along to Bedoya. Her touch a little heavy, and it's cleared away by Dallas. Duong recycles possession quickly with a throw.
DC can definitely do a better job with their decision making in the final third. And it's something Coach Namazi talked to us as well. That's what they were working on all week, that execution in the final third. There's just open slips, there's openings they're just not able to find, and instead they go for the harder pass, the harder completion.
Wisner comes away with this one. One option far side, and Lancaster the cross to central. Aquino gets there first. Theoret comes away with it. Bagley. Mernon. Trying to spray one forward. It just runs out of play. Not able to get it to Bedoya. Bedoya, who of course scored that goal in a really well-worked move in transition. They haven't really been able to spring her in too much since that moment. Namazi might want to change that. We've got some subs that we're hearing are being prepped for the visiting side. I'll let you know when those take place. Wisner dives in, wins that one, but only clears it forward to Morgan Aquino.
Wisner is so strong. She just leaves everybody on the floor behind her. I mean, she's just a brick.
Sydney Cummings, the player who is a little hobbled after that 50-50 with Wisner. Return to the Cotton Bowl for Dallas Trinity. They've gotten a goal. They've scored one goal in 4 of their last 5 games. They didn't score in their last match in the Gainbridge Super League against Spokane. And there are the subs that are being readied. Katrina Guiu and Loza Abera are both readying to come into the match. Katrina Guiu and Abera both spending time recently on international duty. Abera with Ethiopia, Guiu with the Philippines. So they were able to return this week ahead of the match. Namazi opting to bring them off from the bench rather than starting them from minute 1. But Dallas will be very keenly aware of the threat of Loza Abera. Scored a brace when these teams last met at Audi Field, including a match winner in the 95th minute. Katie Duong and Ada Bagley will be the players that make way for the first 2 subs of the game.
And Abera, just one of those players, she knows how to score. All-time leading scorer for Ethiopia. Such a strong forward. Still growing though, still needs to build her confidence a bit. But this to me is DC's saying, look, we need some goals.
Cindy Cummings is getting some treatment here. 2 subs just made by DC. We'll see if they have to make a third. Claire Constant is the only listed defender on the bench. 2 starts this season for Constant, who featured 19 times as a starter in 2024-25. Cummings will come off the field here. Let's flash back to a moment in the first half. The DC goal, Jada Bedoya opening up a brilliant angle for herself and scoring.
Really is just a tough goal, and it just shows her fight, her determination. I love how she doesn't go down, right? She stays with it, and the result is a goal.
Bedoya, the first goal scorer, Cameron Lancaster, the second. Cummings, who is off the field here, looks to be readying herself to come back into the game. Play paused with Aquino in possession. It restarts with her launching it forward. That one a little underhit from Fitch there. Cummings back into the game. It's 11 v 11 again after getting a bit of treatment there. First touch is coming in for Katrina Guiu. Over the top, able to claim it at the edge of her area there is Riley Foster. Here's McCutcheon. Foster. McCutcheon under pressure from Guiu. Theoret gets it. Gorley on the turn. It's saved by Foster. If there's anyone in DC Power colors you would have wanted to receive that on the turn in the box, it's your leading scorer, Gianna Gorley. She can't get that one either side of Foster. Lancaster in the attack now. Clips it into the box. And Aquino rises highest and claims it.
End-to-end action right now.
Here's Fitch going the other way now. Susanna Fitch, the captain, trying to lift one forward, overhit there, aiming for Gianna Gorley, who had a golden opportunity just a moment before that.
And she usually finishes those. Credit Foster. I mean, just doing a great job cutting down her angle.
It's back now to the Canadian goalkeeper, Riley Foster. Brilliant turn here from Loza Abera. Abera rolls this one along. Fired into the area. It's cleared only as far as Susanna Fitch. The captain scrapes it home. A laser from Susanna Fitch. Her first of the new season. And retakes the lead for the visiting side. It's Dallas 1, DC Power 2.
We have seen Fitch all over the field today, and let me tell you, she deserves this one. A great first touch out from under her feet. It's forward, she can attack it, and let me tell you, look at that. She laces it, and it's going right through Foster's hands.
Susanna Fitch, 1 goal, 3 assists last season. Goal number 1 this season, and it's some strike. There was almost an agonizing wait after Foster got a tip to it. Would it get across? Would it not?
I'm not sure if Fitch even knew it went in. That's with the delay.
So she does score that first of the season, and during that moment, there were 2 subs made by Dallas. They had been planned before that, but now they're tasked with a different game state, try and come from behind again. Tamara Bolt is one of those subs. Her and Celie Strawn coming in for Chioma Ubogugu and Winnie Bellata. There's a foul there, committed by Allie Thornton, and it results in a free kick for Dallas. So Strawn and Bolt, very similar numbers for those two so far this season, both appearing in 7 matches and starting 5 of them. Bolt, a rotation out from a starter last time out. Strawn coming into the match was with the U.S. Youth National Team U20 training camp in Kansas this past week. Back in time to feature, not as a starter as she has for much of this year, a shift from last year to this. Poked into the box, falls for Bolts, Thornton down, it's cut back here. Thornton moves it wide, Guidry lifts this one into the area, edge of the 18, it's clawed away. Cleared up field. Just like we've got the backs of Dallas Trinity FC, Trust and Will has yours. Helping families protect their legacy for generations. Start your plan today at trustandwill.com. Poked along. This one almost breaking centrally. Aquino pick this one up. Allie Thornton making sure she picked it up there. Sprinting forward, Thornton in search of another goal for her this season. Team's leader in goals entering today. It's slipped forward for the leader in goals for DC Power, Gianna Gourley. Did that bounce up and hit a hand? Referee says no. Rosa Ibarra, no one there to follow up her. Can she get there in time? She can. Ibarra keeps it in play. Bolt. Long one forward. Aquino will be first to it.
DC in no rush. They're going to use as much clock as they can.
Lifted upfield. Cleared out of play, no nonsense by Riley Foster. It's going to be a throw-in now for DC Power. They hold that lead, as you mentioned, Christine. They're not going to be in any rush. They're going to try and see this one out. Bolt. Throw in, trying to restart things quickly for Thornton. It's back to Aquino. Slices that clearance, and it spins out of play for a throw-in in a very advanced spot here for Dallas. Guidry. It's past one. There's a bit of a late challenge there. It's a foul going against Dallas. Well, Dallas Trinity fans, you can mark your calendars for the team's next home match this coming Saturday, November 8th, right here at the Cotton Bowl. Join DTFC as we honor our veterans and the brave men and women who serve our country with a special Salute to Service night. It's going to be an unforgettable evening of soccer, pride, and gratitude as Dallas Trinity FC takes on Sporting Jacks to celebrate those who defend our freedom. Don't miss this one. Get your tickets now at DallasTrinityFC.com. Subs being made here. Rhea Moore will be coming into the match. Making way will be Cameron Lancaster. Rhea Moore, who who scored the lone goal of the match in the team's last win at Sporting Jacks off the bench. Set history there, becoming the youngest goal scorer in league history. Able to win that one when she came off the bench. Tasked again with coming on, try and make an impact on things. 4 appearances as a sub this campaign. Long ball forward. It breaks in the midfield, slipped forward for Ibarra. Really good ball forward. Rosa Ibarra knows all about scoring against Dallas. Ibarra, 1-2 played here. She'll stop her run, and it goes out of play. Seen out by Dallas for a throw.
Miscommunication there with DC. That's what they want to do with Ibarra, though. They want her face up, get her driving at the defense.
Ibarra returns it. Almendarez. Probing pass over the top. Gorley was onto it. The flag stayed down.
Yeah, Gorley was on.
There would have been a question if her teammate had gotten a touch to it there. Also in the attack there was Jada Bedoya. No, rather, it was Katrina Guiu.
I'd like to see a little more urgency out of Dallas right now. They had the momentum earlier in this half.
This one dropped over the top. Fitch, the current match winner, will get to it. Options in the area. Susanna Fitch moves it centrally, has a shot herself, strikes the crossbar. Gorley on the rebound, and DC double their advantage. She says, "That's all you," to Susanna Fitch. She came close to doubling her tally on the day, but DC won't care how they got it done. Gianna Gorley, 5 goals this season, and DC Power lead 3-1.
And who would have thought Fitch would be the offensive powerhouse today for DC, but she is getting it done. I thought this shot was going to drop in as well, but she has so much time and space. And then Gorley, I thought her first touch was going to be a little too far ahead of her. I think so did she, and she had to die for it. But you know what? Whatever it takes to score a goal, G-Money, she's going to do it. G-Money.
Another match, another goal for Gianna Gorley. Scored on her debut for DC Power earlier this year against Carolina Ascent. Started her Gainbridge Super League career with Fort Lauderdale United, made the swap after 9 appearances in South Florida. There was going to be a push off the ball there. It results in a free kick for Dallas Trinity FC, whose task is made that much harder. They're down by 2 goals now, but there still is 11 minutes plus stoppage time left in this match. It breaks for more. It gets away from her, and it's clawed away.
Substitutions for Dallas Trinity FC in the 70s.
Samar Guidry made way for Kylie Delaney. That happened during the celebrations of the DC Power goal. Gianna Gorley driving forward here. Option near side in Loza Ibarra. She's got it now. Ibarra opens an angle, trying to cut it back to Gorley. You could see the idea there. Just doesn't quite come off. The clearance strikes Gorley. The loose ball falls to Bolt. Tamara Bolt has her pass blocked. Bryan in the midfield. Dallas in search of answers. They've outshot their opponent 17-12 in what has been a really entertaining match to wrap up this week in the Gainbridge Super League. Hinson.
It's great defense right there.
Susanna Fitch will just knock it out of play. She's had some performance today.
She's had a game. She really has. Up and down, offensively, defensively.
Currently,
do we credit her with the assist off the crossbar?
The statisticians, it appears, will not. It's going to be an unassisted goal for Gianna Gorley, but we read her lips after the goal. She said, "That's all you," to Susanna Fitch after an outrageous move from her up the right-hand side. Her shot hit the crossbar, and if you're not going to give her the assist, she was vital, at the very least, to that goal they scored for the third.
Next level of crossbar challenge right there, right? Crossbar and then right to your teammate in front of goal.
Very rarely do you want to do that in-game. In that instance, though, it did work out for DC. Foster to McCutcheon. Tamara Bolt cushions one down. Out of play for a throw-in, ran out of space. You can stay up to date with the Gainbridge Super League. You can sign up for the Super Newsletter. Get news about your favorite team and stories from around the league delivered directly to your inbox weekly. Sign up at GainbridgeSuperLeague.com/newsletter.
Certainly doesn't seem like a 2-goal game.
Lifted into the area. It's clawed away. I was wondering, Christine, if there was going to be immediate commentator's curse there.
Yeah,
so it doesn't seem like a 2-goal game. Here's Dallas making it one less.
Well, and that's it, right? Because Dallas, they've had their chances. They have pushed forward. They've had the opportunities, but here they are, right? Soccer's a cruel sport. They're down 2 goals right now.
Indeed.
So at this point, you know, you're down 2 goals, and actually, Chris and I talked about this at one point. You're down. Why not start sending players forward? And he has in the past, right? Those were the big differences between the Fort Lauderdale scoreline and the Lexington scoreline. He went and he pushed all his players up, so I'm surprised he's not being that aggressive like he has in those games.
Hinson. McCutcheon. It's now rolled into the midfield. Wisner.
Great ball.
That's a really good idea. Tamara Bolt, can she keep it in play? It looks like she did, and it's out now for a corner. Morgan Aquino thought it went out of play first, but it's out now for a set piece. A corner, far side of the field. Cornerstone Capital Bank presenting this one.
Corner kick presented by Cornerstone National Bank.
Moore with the in-swinger. Drops it into the near post. It's pushed away. Ibarra just knocks it away. Anywhere else will do. Play quickly restarted. Foster. Davison. Davison goes long. It's a good touchdown for Gracie Bryan. Her strike deflected. Corner en route. Dallas beginning to ramp up the pressure here. Gracie Bryan, the latest to have a shot. Trying to get her first of the new season. Had 3 goals last year. If they can get a goal soon, it could lead to a bit of a nervy ending for the visitors. Try and utilize that home field advantage that they haven't had in so long. Rhea Moore whips one in dangerously, and it's crashed home. Dallas have one back. The deficit is halved. They have 5 minutes plus stoppage time. Gracie Bryan does get her first of the year. It's Dallas 2, DC 3.
And nobody even saw this ball go in at all. I think even Gracie Bryan was surprised because look at how low. She's not jumping, nothing. That corner kick has enough pace coming in that all she has to do is literally close her eyes, let it hit her head, and it goes into the side netting. And she's quick, she's smart. They grab the ball. Let's go for a kickoff. Dallas is not done yet.
Here we go. A thrilling end in store at the Cotton Bowl. It was a goal at the perfect time, right when you would need it. Rhea Moore, who had the corner kick service a moment before that. It was really underhit, honestly, on the first attempt that she had from that far side. That second one, though, was perfect. Dropped right in the 6-yard box, crashed home, and all of a sudden, this game is right again hanging in the balance.
And DC, right, on their back foot. They're not up, they're not attacking the ball, they're letting that get to Gracie Bryan at a low point. It's not like she was jumping up and flying and skying high over people. That's got to be a ball won by DC.
Knocked forward by Mernon. Thornton. Almendarez gets a foot to it first. Tamara Bolt bounces past a few and tries to fire one centrally. Celie Strawn forces Aquino to pick it up. First time for Gracie Bryan that she's picked up a goal at the Cotton Bowl. All of her previous 3 goals that she had last season were scored on the road. Kylie Delaney commits the foul in that instance, and it results in a free kick for DC Power. You'd be surprised if they put numbers forward for this one, but we'll see what they opt to do with it. Villaret. Fitch. Lifting it forward, trying to go to Ibarra. Moore. Out now for a throw, last off Moore. I wonder how much stoppage time we're going to get, Christine. There's been a few pauses for players getting treatment. There's been a few goals in this half as well.
Aquino was down for a while.
Exactly. Cummings as well. So it's a DC Power throw-in, is it? Yes, it is. Location of the throw-in is the issue right now, and that will be of no worry for DC Power. They'll say, is it here?
We'll take the time.
Is it here? Is it here? Petroselli looking on.
Come on, Chris, get excited. You guys just scored.
He's played 4 of his subs. It's another throw in here. Gorley will think about doing it, then not opt for the throw. I think if the game state was a little different, she's trying that long throw to try and keep play moving quickly. Fitch will take another one. This one for Gorley. Plays it around. It gets to Hinson. That was McCutcheon, rather. It's cleared away. That one took a deflection, so it's going to be a throw-in for DC Power.
And they're definitely going to be taking their time here. Looked a little illegal to me.
It was.
Yeah.
Good eyes there, Christine.
I was a certified referee at one point.
There was a few players as well in Dallas colors who were saying, hey, wasn't
that
that more of a drop than a throw? And the referee agreed it was an illegal throw. No foul there. It was a clean tackle, says the referee. This one knocked out. It's going to be another Dallas throw-in. There is a player down, though, for DC. After a bit of a challenge there, a bit of treatment will be needed here in the final seconds of the 90. So we're into stoppage time. We'll confirm how much we have for you. And realistically, that number will begin once we restart play, and it is 8 minutes. 8 minutes.
8's the lucky number. Ocho.
So down with treatment here. We could get past 8. Surely we will. A nervy end to this match. DC Power have not won since they won on the road at Sporting Jacks. On that occasion, they had a 3-1 lead. They were able to get an insurance goal that they were able to protect, a 2-goal win when they last won 71 days ago. This time, though, they have a match that has razor-fine margins. A lot of good chances for Dallas Trinity. 19 shots, 1.97 expected goals on those shots for Dallas Trinity. So really just good value for the 2 goals they've scored so far in this match.
And it's been an exciting game, right? From start to finish, both teams really going at it. You can see, though, there's so much more improvement, right? So much better connections and passing and creating higher scoring opportunities for both squads. I love these DC blue uniforms with the power bolts on them.
Jada Bedoya is the one who has to be helped off the field here. And a bit of discomfort.
Bedoya coming over from Carolina.
Goal scorer in the match today to open the scoring was turned into a 5-goal thriller to round out this Gainbridge Super League 4 days in a row with a match. Temporarily down to 10 are DC Power while they ready that substitution to bring numbers level again. Menderes scrapes it forward. Gorley bumped over from behind. It's a foul. Amber Wisner frustrated, but the foul goes the way. Claire Constant is going to be the player who comes on for Jada Bedoya, who's already made her way off. We'll see when that sub is confirmed for you. Bedoya was hobbling off the field, so they're down to 10. And that sub now can take place. Claire Constant has started 2 games this season. Missed a bit of time with injury. Started 19 last season. And she'll slide right into that defense, a defensive substitution. Injury enforced, yes. But this match, after 2 minutes of pause to start the stoppage time, will surely, you have to imagine, hit 100 minutes played. There's a push there. Barra.
And Constant's always been an anchor of this back line.
I thought you were going to say constant in the back line.
She is constant and consistent in the back line, but coming off of a knee injury. So good to see her in and getting some quality minutes, and they need her in the back right now to hang on to this lead, as this does not look good.
Yes, there's a clash of heads there in the midfields. Immediately the referee signaling for a bit of treatment there. Tamara Bolts trying to quickly get back to her feet, but both players will need a bit of treatment. Here is just this collision of heads again. Now.
It's always tough because you least expect it.
Ellie Gilbert is the player down. Both number 16s for both teams. Colliding heads. Bolt is back on her feet. So Bolt on the sidelines now. She'll have to stay out of the match for a moment. We can flash back now and we can look at the second goal here. Fitch just able to get this one in. It strikes the crossbar. And Gianna Gorley, this is currently the match winner as things stand.
Yeah, Fitch has done so much today. Easy put in for Gorley right there. Comes off her shin a little bit hard, but she's still able to dive and get that goal.
Bolt back in the match. Play restarted, long ball forward. There's another collision of heads here. Deja Torbert is going to be coming into the game for Ellie Gilbert, who had that collision of heads just a moment ago. Now another pair of players are impacted here. Deja Torbert. There's confirmation of that sub. So Gilbert, who was one of those players who had that collision of heads with Tamara Bolt just a moment ago, she'll make way here. Torbert will be coming into the match. Another two players. Just the collision of heads as the ball is just being knocked forward. Yeah. These aerial challenges. Teams are fighting for the loose ball. Torbert now a 4th appearance of the season, 4th appearance as a pro. 2022 to 2024 was with Georgia. 29 appearances, 6 goals, 5 assists. That was really in the 2022 and 2024 seasons. Missed the 2023 season due to injury as Gracie Bryan, the scorer of the 2nd goal for Dallas, makes her way off the field. So we had 7 minutes of the 8, but it's anyone's guess.
It's going to be a lot longer now.
Anyone's guess. Oh, come on. Aquino back to her feet quickly.
Yeah.
So we'll see how much longer we go beyond the minimum of 8. It's rolled forward. Ibarra slightly offside. In the midfield, it breaks for DC Power. Tamara Bolt leaves a challenge in. It's a foul and a free kick. More precious time can go off the clock for DC Power.
Dallas fans in the Cotton Bowl not happy with that. Another player down for DC.
And Sydney Cummings, who's
already been down, yeah.
Definitely a foul. Definitely coming together there. It results in a free kick. You see the foul totals, 24 total.
I think Cummings has just been beat up today. I mean, she's been on the ground a lot.
It's been a hard-fought performance from the central defender for DC Power FC. They launched the ball forward from this free kick. Davison will see it out for a goal kick wisely.
I think there's still plenty of time for Dallas to get this down the field.
It's hard to gauge just how much there will be, but there is going to be a lot more. We saw the first 2 minutes scratched off due to an injury for Jada Bedoya. Then there were a pair of collisions of heads. 5 minutes maybe beyond. Could we go to 103? We'll see. Oh, that's well done by Gorley. Gets to it first. The second one, good strong challenge put in there. McCutcheon clears it forward. Flicked along by Wisner. No nonsense clearance away. It's going to bounce out for a Trinity throw in. Long one forward. Hooked away. Rolled forward, cleared away. There's a foul here. A free kick goes the way of Dallas Trinity as we've crossed past 100 minutes. Loza Ibarra is booked for kicking the ball away after the foul. 100 minutes have been played.
Do we have some late heroics from Dallas? Can they pull this off? Get this in the mixer. They've been winning the balls off of free kicks in the air.
They were 3-1 down in the 85th minute when Gracie Bryan knocked home a corner kick. Rhea Moore was the one who served it up on that occasion, picked up her first professional assist, and she's got another chance with another set piece to try and deliver one up. Rhea Moore stands over this one. A line of players in the area. It's lifted into the box. Aquino gets some hands to it. It's scraped away. Bolts, strikes towards goal, and it misses just over. It's going to be a goal kick. Tamara Bolt putting one through the crowd. It wasn't too far away. Hannah Davison, you can see, is in severe discomfort, but is trying to just walk this one off.
That's a great ball in here, and Aquino coming so far out. She just doesn't clear it enough for me. It has to be out of the box. Tamara Bolt, great opportunity.
Free kick, or goal kick I should say, clears it forward. Knocked away by Guiu. Over the top, Abera to try and chase it. Loza Abera gets onto the end of it, but it's claimed by Riley Foster. Foster launches it forward. It's allowed to bounce through. Rhea Moore trying to get there first, forces a clearance upfield. Hinson, it's a sliced clearance, cushioned down for Bolt. They want a handball, they won't get it. It's scraped away. Loza Abera rolls one forward for Gianna Gorley. Foster off her line, launches one forward. There's going to be a foul there, a free kick. Amber Wisner, the one committed it on that occasion. Down in some discomfort is Madison Murnan here in the 103rd minute of the match.
Don't go anywhere yet. Grab your popcorn.
You don't know how much longer this one has in store. Only Irina Petrunik, who is our center official, will truly know. They added 2 minutes on top of the 8 initially, so it is technically 10 minutes added on. So we're 3 minutes on the additional from the initial added time.
To the added and additional and more added time.
Gainbridge Super League weekend just does not want to end. TC trying to pick up a win for the first time since the season opener.
And we talked about Wisner, how strong she is. I mean, I would not want to go into a tackle with her. Just a brick.
So Murnan, who is hobbling here, looks set to try and continue at the very least.
A lot of ice is going to be needed after this game.
Long ball forward.
Nice win.
Initial header, one there. That's going to be a foul going against Abera and DC Power. So Dallas, a free kick.
Still time.
Still time. Foster launches this one upfield. Header initially won by Cummings. It's chested down. Dangerous, but it's clawed away. A brilliant challenge there. And that will do it. It took 104 minutes for Omid Namazi and company to get their first win in 71 days. It's a gutsy one in the Cotton Bowl. DC Power 3, Dallas Trinity 2.
DC powers through for this victory because they are going to need some ice. I mean, what a physical game. You can see how much it meant for both teams just going at it, and it was DC who was finally able to execute and finish in the box thanks to a great game by Susanna Fitch.
When these teams last met in May, it finished 3-2 in favor of DC Power. It's the same result here today in Dallas. Highlights and full-time stats on the other side of this break. Full-time score from the Cotton Bowl, a thrilling way to wrap up the week in the Gainbridge Super League. 104 minutes of action saw 5 combined goals. DC Power 3, Dallas Trinity 2, our full-time score. Let's look at our highlights, all 5 of the goals. Jack Edwards, Christine Huber here with you to round out the action. It started in the 13th minute with a really fine goal. Katie Duong slides it forward for Jada Bedoya, who makes it look easy.
And this seems so long ago, about 100 minutes ago. It's Bedoya fighting, her hard work, her determination, and she wills it into the back of the net.
Strikes one past the goalkeeper. That was 13 minutes into the game. 7 minutes later, there'd be a really good response from Dallas. They controlled the match. They win it high up the field. Cameron Lancaster to Allie Thornton. Back to Lancaster for 1-1.
And all night, I felt Dallas did a great job at getting behind DC's defense, finding that open space, and leading for high conversion goals just like that.
Cameron Lancaster scored her first of the season. Then we'd wait until the 70th minute, and things would change again. It swung across to the far side of the field, and Susanna Fitch, one touch to settle, one to strike, and it's 2-1.
And credit her touch, her first touch that sets her up for this power shot with her laces, and it goes in.
And this was a big moment as well. Susanna Fitch again gets it in the channel. This time will dribble with it a bit more. Her shot here strikes the crossbar. Rebound falls to Gianna Gorley, who scores goal number 5.
Fitch putting in the work again, my player of the game, but it's Gorley to pick up the junk right there. And she says, hey, it's all you, Fitch.
Selfless from a striker who bagged another goal there, and this goal made the end frenetic. Rhea Moore, a great corner into the box for Gracie Bryan.
And this is when things got frantic, right? Gracie Bryan, first one to the ball in the air, the shortest one out there. She wins the ball, and she makes it a close one at the end.
What a game we had in the end. Your full-time stats here. Christine, your final thoughts after that?
I mean, it was a close game, back and forth. I love each team's energy. Just ultimately, DC Power was able to finish in that final third. They were able to execute today. They deserve the win.
DC Power, a first win since the season opener against Sporting Jacks for them 71 days ago. They finished this one 3-2 victors. Both teams play next Saturday. Dallas taking on Sporting Jacks at home. DC Power at Brooklyn FC. You can catch those matches live here on Peacock. For our entire broadcast crew, Christine Huber, I'm Jack Edwards. We're signing off from the Cotton Bowl after a 104-minute thriller. It finishes Dallas 2, DC 3.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the express written consent of the United Soccer League.